Today I'm going to go on the lower Coldwater River Nature Trail. As you come out of Memphis, down I-55 south, going I-69 west and 301 south, you'll eventually wind up at Pratt Road, as you can see right here. And we are going to turn left here. We're going to go all the way to the lower spillway road, turn right, and then when we get to the actual spillway, we're going to turn right before we get to the spillway and kind of go by a bathroom area and then enter the woods for the lower hike. We're going to go on the Coldwater River Nature Trail system, and we're going to go on about a 2-mile trail. It's going to take up to 2 hours though. We've done this one before, so make sure you get here with plenty of daylight. We're right here by the spillway channel, and so we're going to enter the trail and we're going to walk this yellow pathway that you see right here. And this long straight area is a dike. Matter of fact, we may be hitting this blue one. Anyhow, we're going to be heading this direction, and then we're going to catch this trail and come back by a beaver pond and then wrap all the way around here. So it took us about 2 hours to do this another time, and it's pretty deep woods. It's the kind of place where I think you should do this with 2 people. Don't come here by yourself. I'm not afraid of much, except that it's just kind of deep woods and in the middle of nowhere. Now, once we left that stop sign on Pratt Road, we came over here by the outlet channel, by the spillway. If you look way over in the distance, you can see some water coming through the spillway. You can see the spillway dam control station on the other side, on the reservoir side. Here is a bathroom, really nice bathroom. And I like to park right here because by the time I come out of the woods, the exit where I came out last time, you can come out right over in here, but we actually came out down on this road a little bit in this direction. The entrance is actually all the way over in the corner, and the exit is right around this corner here. It was about 2 miles from that stop sign on Pratt Road to the location where we are right now. As you can see, it's very beautiful. A lot of times there are people out here, lots of people fishing. Make sure you get a fishing license when you come out. Okay, when it comes to bug spray, I like this off deep wood. It does have DEET in it, so I don't like getting this on my skin. So I usually spray shoes and socks. Okay, turn around. And I can taste that stuff. Not cool. Anyhow, this is pretty safe for your skin. So this is what I would spray onto arms and legs, bare areas. Turn around. Okay, let me get the backs of your arms too. And then maybe a little bit right down the back, maybe neck. That's good enough. Marvelous, marvelous. Oh, we haven't seen this one. We are right about here, so we're going to move this direction up and down, back around the beaver pond, and then back. We're going to do that. I think we'll get it done in about 2 hours today. Beginning of the trail, rather magnificent. And as you go down this trail, it kind of leads to a pretty interesting looking gulch. Last time I was here, it looked like part of the water coming down through the stream was disappearing into the ground, into maybe like some kind of underwater cavern or something like that. So let me see if I can, yeah, there it is. That is so too cool. So check this out. You got this stream coming here and it's going down into this hole. It doesn't even go under the bridge. So there's like some kind of an underwater cavern system going on here. You are tempted to go left, to go clockwise, like where it says nature. But I think what happens is that if you go that way, in a few minutes, you will come back to the start. That's not what we want to do. So we want to go on the 2-mile trail. So we're going to go to the right this time. Okay, so here is the deal. If you turn left by that sign, you would eventually come out right here by this bench. We're going to need to go this way. So going right will avoid all of the nature trail over by the river. Last time we came through here, Charles and Melissa both found paws. They look like this. They're kind of oblong fruits, maybe about this long. And we busted them out. They were kind of a buttery, kind of a flavor, reminded me a little bit of a persimmon. Maybe we'll find some today. The chief characteristic of this part of the trail is a long, straight trail up on a dike. And then to the right, there is a very, very deep gulch with a stream. We're going to be kind of paralleling this for quite a while. Around this time of the year are these purple looking berries, and these are either elderberries, pokeberries. The problem is, well, that one's actually purple inside. It will stain your clothing, so don't get that on your shirt. Don't ever eat a berry that is white, and I'm not telling you to eat this one because I'm not exactly sure what it is. Pokeberry, chokeberry, elderberry. I'm going to have to check on that. You look at the leaf on this thing. It's a big broad leaf. Man, that is a shock of berries. Look at the leaves that this one belongs to. I'll have to have some help identifying this one right here. Beautiful though. Beautiful. Starting to head toward the fall foliage. It's getting a little bit cooler at night. We're in the 80s today. Pretty obvious game trail going right down into the woods right down in here. That's pretty cool. Probably a deer. Look at how the sunlight comes into this Mississippi forest. Look at how it just lights the canopy up. That is so beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Peculiar sight. Way down at the end of this trail, you can see a very illuminated trunk of a tree down at the very end. Looks like a destination. In Lord of the Rings, I think this tree would actually be an Ent, one of the tall ones that comes alive and has a face on it and walks through the woods and has meetings with other trees. That illuminated tree that from down the trail looks like a destination. It's just another beautiful place along the way. Oops, the 2-mile sign has been knocked down. We see a 3-mile sign. We are not wanting to go to the left because that's the long trail. We want to go to the right across this low area. The last time we came through here, there was a black racer right over in there. There was a snake sunning itself. Right here, there's a pretty huge tree. You see the root system of it and the rest of the tree kind of extending that way. Look at this scum-filled pond. Late at night, there is a boggy creek monster that rises up from out in here. Here are some beautiful wetland plants right down here, these little arrowhead plants. Wish I were more of a naturalist. I could tell you what's edible and what's not. They say if it tastes like an onion, you're safe. Okay, I'm going to get behind you here. Okay, throw a rock over into that swamp.
Here it goes.
Hit it. Oh yeah, we are about to disturb some kind of serpent. A large serpent. Even the scum on top of that water recovers quickly. You can kind of see a big round circle that's closing tighter and tighter by the moment. Anything that goes in there is swallowed alive. Is that a floating styrofoam cup over there? It's kind of ruining my story. There we go. Melissa has found the pawpaws. These are definitely pawpaws, and something's been chewing on that one. And this one, ooh, it's rotten inside. The thing that you'll see about pawpaws though is they have this double row of big seeds inside, so you're really kind of struggling to get the meat. This meat is all rotten here. Now this one, if I scratch it, there we go. That yellow stuff right there, that is edible. Let's see if we can kind of scratch some of it off. The problem is I'm scratching off all the good stuff. Right under it is the seeds. See if you can take a bite of it. It's about time to be, yeah, there she goes. What is that?
A little ripe, but...
Is it better than the last one we tried?
No.
Not any better?
No.
And as you can see, there's a bunch of seeds in the middle of it. So it's a real seedy thing, but apparently this is survival food here for people like you and me in Mississippi. A native fruit of Mississippi. I want to try a piece of that. The bug crawling on me. Let me try this piece right here. Okay. That tastes like a really dry persimmon. I would eat it to survive, definitely. But it's not a very fun thing to eat. Well, of really, really big turtles in the water right there. Right in the center of the picture. Right there. Yeah, you can see them moving. Really big ones. They're probably about 6 or 8 inches across. I am starting to think that this leaf, this is a pawpaw tree. I think that that's what we're seeing. The little ones are not having fruits on them, but the big tall ones do. A ball off of a sycamore tree. You can look at the leaf. We call it a cottonwood around here. Kind of looks like a sweet gum ball, but it's not. It doesn't prick your feet. Another woodpecker high-rise. If you look at a tree like this, you start to understand why cavity-dwelling birds need to have built homes, because in a city, nobody's going to let a tree like this stay standing. But look how beautiful it is. Man, this is a home to a lot of wildlife here. See all kind of cypress knees coming up down through there. That's pretty creepy. I'm hoping you can hear the rustling of the wind in the trees. North Mississippi. A little drone of an airplane in the distance. Oh man, look at that. A huge cycad event happening here, and the mosquitoes are eating me up. I'm looking at a Mississippi muscadine. Yes, something has eaten the middle out of this thing. So nearby, more of those. Yeah, there is one right there. That one is on the ground, and that one is ripe to eat. Do you want to try to eat it? I'll do it. You want to eat it, or do you want me to eat it?
I'll eat it.
Wipe it off a little bit. That one is ripe. Just take a bite of it. Does it taste like a grape?
Somewhat. It's a little on the sour side.
Let me taste it. Kind of tough, but kind of fun. Pretty big seed in the middle. So it looks like you would probably eat the middle part and then discard the big husk. I'm looking at this and I'm saying that these vines right here should be muscadines, but I'm not really seeing a bunch of berries in here, even though that looks like muscadine to me. Melissa found these things. Yep, that's the kind of thing we're looking for. It is Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's some ripe ones and some unripe ones right there. Very cool. Oh, they're all the way up too. Look all the way up that tree. They're all in there. Very nice. Very nice. I see there's some low ones right there. There's a couple of low ones right straight ahead. Right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, right there. Some pretty good looking ones right there. Okay, very nice. Very observant. The other day when we hiked the upper trail, we saw this sign. We saw Pratt Road. You're going to see a car passing here just in a second. There we go. Right there, the truck. And the other day we came up this gulch area right here. Now we're going to go down it. The long pathway that we came off of does connect the lower trail to the kind of the connecting point, which also, if you go down just a little way, there's a sign leading downward right there. That's where we went the other day to go to the left to continue on the upper trail. Lots of pines right in here, really tall, beautiful pines. A cicada hollering in the background. Cool. Beautiful, beautiful. We are going to continue straight ahead at this point. The upper trail continues in that direction right there. We did that one the other day. It was about an hour and a half, hour 15. This trumpet vine is a favorite food of deer. So they love this tender vine. Beautiful trumpet-like flowers on the end. Looks like a hummingbird's paradise. Does it not? There you go. Nice. Look at the disease on this oak tree. These oak leaves. That's weird. What is happening here? A wasp infecting this thing? I see some white cases that look like wasp houses. Long straight trail taking off into the distance, heading back toward the beginning starting point. We have finally found a tree loaded with pawpaws. I'm going to go up close. There they are there. I'm going to go back out. There's 3 of them clustered right about in there. There you go. That's what they look like in real life. Very nice. Okay, let me come back out. Come back down this tree. It's just a kind of a tall, skinny, kind of unassuming looking tree here. Some vines in here. Oh man, this is not very... Oh man, there's nothing to hold on to here.
Oh no.
Now I'm hung up in a sticker book.
You might can shake them out.
Okay, we're going to try something different now. Okay. Are you filming me?
I wasn't. Start over. Let's cut that. Let's start over.
I want those. And I want these. Right there. Okay, I'm coming down.
Okay.
Okay, we got it. Loot that we got out of the tree. That one, that looks pretty good right there. Got me out of breath. All right. Mississippi native pawpaws. Picking up pawpaws, putting them in your pocket. Way down yonder in the pawpaw patch. Woodpecker holes across this pine tree. Straight up into the wild blue yonder. That looks like a termite eating log right there. There's definitely one of them. I don't feel like going and hunting for them, but you can sure see the evidence, the sawdust down here. Bracket fungus. There are all the different kinds of beetles crawling on here. Ants. They must be eating this stuff. It's like a little mini microcosm. Okay, here's another pawpaw within reach. Looks like Melissa's gonna bring this one down. Good job. There we go. Kind of an ugly fruit. Would you buy that in the store?
I would think about it really hard.
Y'all need to wash that thing off before I buy it. If I was a squirrel, I would make my home in this thing. I would crawl into there, crawl up to the top of this tree, make my escape. Impressive snake-like vine growing far, far up into the canopy of this tree. Knots on the root of this tree. That's pretty cool. I smell a skunk somewhere. We're going to continue to the right.
It's so pretty. It looks like a flower.
It does. Different looking fungus. Just spit out a mosquito. Marvelous wonderland. Got some pawpaws here on the right. Some ferns down here. And then just a wonderful habitat for some critters here. Cottonwood or a sycamore is pretty white. You can see the leaves a little bit of the way up right there. You can kind of see the leaves of the cottonwood. Kind of big. Foxholes or something. There's one here. And then look right back over in there. Beautiful home. Beautiful, beautiful home. Wonderful, wonderful story of love, of love. That's a nice little place right there. Beautiful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful story of love, of love. There are pawpaws everywhere. Here's a pawpaw. There's a pawpaw right above my head. Right there. Look at that. Now everywhere we look, we see pawpaws. Everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. I think this has a little bit more water in it than the last time we came through here. Oh, there's one of those spiders. Right there. Beautiful. Look at that guy. That lady. Hope I'm not stepping on a snake here while I'm looking at this spider. Oh yeah, she's got a nice little place here. Down in there is the kind of place where a water moccasin likes to hang out. Water's coming out of that tunnel. Fish come through there. Just waiting on them to come right through, flop around, and bam! Agkistodron piscivorum. Pisces fish, vorum eat. They eat fishes. It took us about 2 hours. We got in here about 5:40. It is now 7:40 on 8/13 of 2015. And we did the Coldwater River Nature Trail lower 2-mile trail today. We started down here by the spillway channel, and then we continued up all the way down. We were close to Pratt Road, we could see that. Then we came back. Here's the beaver pond area, and then we wrapped back around here. Took us about 2 hours. Says it's only two miles, but took us 2 hours to do it.